YouTube? Welcome back to the Valley Garage. It's your boy Stevie, and today we're doing something a little different. And we're doing something a little different because it's cold outside, and I gotta come up with something. So this is what I come up with, and it is a new build series. I always enjoy building with my hands and Legos, and as everybody else, and of course cars are awesome. So I did a couple models when I was younger, but now I got a big boy model, and this is Fanhome is the company. Now Fanhome is a build as you go service. Way back in the day, 60s and 70s, you could buy a model kit and it's like a subscription base, and every month they'll give you another box, and inside that is different steps to come along the way. Usually comes with all the tools that you may possibly need while you're working on it, basic things like screwdrivers and whatnot. But this is a high-end model, full metal, plastic rims. And what's kind of neat too is you get, if you go for the Buku, you can get a nice glass case, a Bluetooth Fast and Furious speaker. You can get the binder to hold all of your instructions in, which I think is totally cool. But also, I went ahead and got even more, where I have 3 lithium prints, a replica of his license plate, this nice silver mug and the livery that was in Fast and Furious, and you also get a Matchbox styled car, 1/43 scale. But what's nice with Fanhome is that you build as you go. You can stop whenever you want. You can pause payments. The first kit is like $3. The next kit is $3. Then the next one was like $15. And then the 4th month was another $15. And then the boxes get even bigger. And it goes about $120 or $100 a month. But if you buy you get the extras, you know, it's the premium size that goes up even more. But I thought this was cool, and they do all kinds of stuff. They have the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They've got the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, the USS Enterprise, the Millennium Falcon, which I was going to buy, but I have the 7,854 piece Star Wars Millennium Falcon Lego set in the corner over there. Don't believe me? There it is. That corner has become a catch-all for all motorcycle parts. I got BBR parts coming in. So in wintertime, I usually focus on myself, save what I can so I can have these nice builds in the springtime. However, each box is a month, and you can see how I started it. I got the first box done, and then I'm like, you know, I should probably film this because it'll be cool and entertaining to watch. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 10 boxes, and then I combined some boxes. So I got a lot to keep me busy. So I figured once a month or whatever, I'll just build a box and film as I go. And I thought that was pretty neat. So when you get the kit, the first box comes in, and that's this one, I believe, because I've already opened it. Anyway, they break it down in stages. This is stage 1. This will be stage 5 or group 5, right? And each box comes with, here's 3, 4, 2, 1. That's probably the entry one then. 5, 4, 3. Keeping these in order because I got to figure out where I left off, which isn't very far. I think I built one wheel. So this is the entry level, and inside it has a little breakdown of what's to be expected. Okay, and this is the highly detailed scaled model. Right? This thing looks freaking sharp. Comes with a remote. Okay, the doors open, the windshield goes up and down. You can turn on the turning lights, the brake lights, the headlights, the low beams, hazard lights. It's got the LED kit just like from in the movie in the car, and that's what this little remote has. And it also comes with the premium, this nice light up case so I can keep the car dust free. But that's pretty sick that it shows you, right? It tells you like high beams and low beams and all that kind of stuff. And then the exclusive gifts with the kit. So that you get that in your first box. This is stage 1. Now, every pamphlet they give you, they have a write-up, information that you can read and you go along as you build. The history of the Nissan Skylines from the 70s, the 2000 GT, all the way up to the Godzilla, the Calsonic, a famous race car that won every GT 500 event in Japan. That's why the nickname of Godzilla is surrounded by GTR, is because it would just decimate all. So there you go. You have the original one. So it's very cool. You'll learn as you build, and you know, if you don't know about the car or whatnot, gives you all the information. And then here's your steps. So step 1 is the bumper. You have your turning lights, you have little lug nuts, the wrench, the GTR logo, and this is all plastic and metal. So it's a step by step, right? Grill in, 4 screws, GTR logo, right? Then you have your fog lights and then your amber lenses to go over the top. And you put that all together, and that's your end piece, the final assembly, right? And that should be in one of these. It is, right? Look at that. Full metal. This is full metal. This is the grill is full metal. The GTR logo and some of the little accents here are rubber and plastic. Now it says it's not required for glue, but what had ultimately had me stop, I had to go to the Hobby store, some test stores, super glue, for one of the amber lenses that kept popping out. It wasn't exactly a straight fit. That's what I got here today. So I'm going to, I don't want to say this is impromptu, but I already was completing the car before. Like sometimes when it's you really got to kind of get in there with the super glue. It always wants to keep coming out, just like your JB Weld and whatnot. So I just take things on a little piece here, just kind of dab around the edges. Mother, here we go. This is the plastic and metal glue. I'm gonna pick around the edges. All right, where you going? You're going nowhere. And that was the last step. It is final assembly. So that's book 1. I'm sure you can figure it out. I know I didn't start from the beginning, but it's just screws in the back. Bing, bing, bing. The next set it gave you was the rim. The rim is a 3-piece. You have your barrel. You have your inside barrel. You have your actual rim itself, and then these are real rubbered Toyo tires, same spec proxies that were used in the movie. And they mirrored finish the inside, so when you do have a little light and shadow, you can see that it's pretty clean. So put the wheel together. It's 3 pieces. Right, there you go. Put the pieces in. Bing, bing, bing. And then the back. And that's number 2. Then the final assembly, they always give you little extra parts for the next thing. I got my little rim cap, hubcap, and I got the individual 6 lug nuts that go on the rim, but that's for later on. That's what you keep on. So there you go. You got your rim, that's book 2. I gotta find book 3 now. In book 3, same thing, right? Look, the styling of it, how they made it, the inspiration behind it, where they're made. Nismo, their racing development, where did that all come from? Players in the GT series. That's right. Okay, so stage 3 is the hood. Now the hood is a 2-piece. You have your top half, which is full metal, and everything, all the pieces are already painted. There's my 2 little windshield washer schnozzles on there. Okay, see how it tells you, cut them out, stick them in. They just snapped into place, and there you go. So you got your hood, and then you got your little hood latch, right? And then that's the 3rd stage. I think the first 2 stages came in the first month, and 3 and 4 came in the second one. 3, 4, and 5, something like that. Stage 4, again, always give you more information about the car, which is really cool, right? And none of the information's repeated. It's all new stuff to learn about the car and whatnot. Even in the inside of the movie, right? The movie props, all kinds of stuff. Probably won't do it, but if they do, I would have bought Suki's S2000 in a freaking heartbeat. Apart from the Skyline, they also do Dominic's Charger from The Fast and the Furious, the first movie. You get some steering wheel components, some more lug nuts, the underside of the hood. So like I mentioned that, something fell. Then I mentioned that they told you to save some pieces. So these grill pieces that came in package 4 are these right here, these 2. We're getting close to where I left off, right? Show you where to go. The front, the little grommet piece, the windshield. Now this part is the underside of the hood, which is this part here. And that's the hood latch. So that was a piece that I mounted here, but you can see it looks like the little latch in the actual car that you would slide your hand under and pop your hood.
Stop the trunk, candy man.
You heard him? Pop it!
Pop it! That's right. That's where I left off. Here and here, and I didn't want to continue because I needed the glue for this, which you saw me just glue in. So now it's gonna be 3 of these screws. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, flip this like this. Now this is just a generic screwdriver. If you have a better one, by all means, definitely use that. My garage is all completely destroyed. There's stuff all over the place. I've yet to clean it. The CR85 build is totally kicking my ass. I gotta do a leak down test and a compression test. I got the bike all together, but it don't want to idle. It'll kick and run if I give it the beans, but it don't want to stay running. So that's frustrating, but at least I put it together right and we have combustion. So I think it's an air leak somewhere, and that's why I'm not having it run right. I still left off not putting the bike back together. That's like 3 hours of video I gotta edit, which is gonna take me a freaking week. So I didn't do that yet. Holidays coming the way, so I'm working on that. Anyway, so you get your 4 screws here. Now, they're tiny, and you don't want to go too tight and strip them out. So when they bottom, they bottom. Now you should have final assembly, front bumper completed. Here, your hood. Keep the steering wheel parts aside for a later building of the assembly. So there you go. That's stage 4. And the last book I have for today is stage number 5. The engine block. So you kind of already saw what the pieces look like opened, but you got to get a chance to see how well they're made, right? Metal, and how well they actually look with the quality that there is. But when you open, I always keep a tray so I can have all my spare parts, right? So keep that aside and that there. But when you open the new box, this is what the parts will look like. This would be a stage. This is stage 5, the engine block. So in the box, you'd have this. And this is a combination of plastic and metal. And you got all your screws here. So let's open up and let's complete and start stage number 5. And it's cool to build along. You got, every month you have something to look forward to, which I thought was always cool. And you weren't totally breaking the bank, though $100 a month is kind of steep for somebody. I can't imagine how long it will, what the total price will be when it's all said and done. But I can tell you this, is the more stages you get more parts. And I believe it takes 20 months or take 2 years for the kit to be complete. 2 years. So $100 for 2 years. I don't know. Am I looking at $2,000 for the model? Possibly. We'll see how it goes. But it's like 2 years build. And now you're thinking, well, 2 years, what if I start and they run out of parts? Fanhome will guarantee, no matter what model you choose, your order, they are guaranteed to have that complete. So you're not gonna spend, a year building something and then, nope, we don't have any more. You're done, basically, and you have an unfinished model. They guarantee you, when you build whatever you build, the DeLorean, the Ghostbusters car, whatever you decide to choose, kit from Knight Rider, they have kit, whatever you choose, when you sign up, they guarantee you'll be able to finish the model, which is cool too. And then, hey, you started it, you're locked in. If you have to pause because it's getting too expensive every couple months, they understand that, and you can just hit pause on your account and then resume when you're ready. So engine block, bam. In this issue, we will start the assembly of the engine block by joining the left and the right parts with the oil pan, cylinder head, engine top cover, and other components. All right, so step 1, they want you to get the left and the right side of the engine block. So I'll pull that tray out. Wow. I take that back. The entire engine is metal. These are full metal parts. Yeah, it's expensive, but who else has a badass Skyline in their car in their living room, right? Crazy. All right, so here we go. This is gonna go like this. Even the little Ziploc baggies are numbered for your screws, so because some kits are gonna have longer screws than others. And this is just so nice that the screwdriver is magnetic. All right, we'll screw that in. This is a small screwdriver, so if my only complaint would be if the thing was a little bit bigger, a little bit more comfortable, ergonomics would greatly help out. Do the other engine mount, set that aside. I always loved, ever since the first Fast and the Furious movie, I was like, holy smokes. Freaking Johnny Tran and his S2000, all blacked out with the ninja star on the side. I was like, dude, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Of course, in Gran Turismo 3 for PlayStation, there's Gran Turismo 3 Ace-Spec, probably still my favorite, greatest Gran Turismo game, in my personal opinion, apart from 7, but it's even 7, you can't, just GT3 is just awesome. But even in that, right, they had the S2000 as a Honda concept. And of course, I think what really started me off for my love of cars was Gran Turismo. Being young, I knew Mustang and Ford and that, but when Gran Turismo came out, we're playing that on PlayStation. Man, you got to see the coolest looking cars I've ever seen. Blew me away. And that's why I absolutely love Japanese cars. This is why I'm a huge fan of Honda and Toyota and all them guys. Not so much Subaru, I'm not a Subi guy. But, I mean, ultimately, dude, their cars are sick. Sure, American Muscle, blah, 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 but the design and the character and the thought process and everything that went into building 1990s cars, probably one of the best decades for cars, in my opinion. Shoot me if you don't like it, but whatever, I don't give a damn. Dude, that was just, it's just so freaking cool. You learn about all these cars you've never seen before. And when the Skyline, when Too Fast and Too Furious came out, Brian O'Connor's he's my favorite character. Oh, this is metal. This is plastic. This is metal. When the Skyline came out, he's like, "Yo, man, you got 4 minutes," and he just shows up. Oh, the freaking nitrous purge blowing up the girl's skirt. Oh my god, dude, I wanted to be that guy. Now I kind of am. I have one of those cars that were in the movie. I have one of the cool cars from Japan over here. I think that's just the coolest thing. I would love to build, the S2000 is so special, but there's not many models and stuff out there. Toyoyama has 1 or 2 models and that's it, which I'd like to build too, but you know that it's there. The details are there. Put my valve cover over it. You'll never see it again. But you know that it's there. Just like the real car. Cool. Position the engine block left part 5B against engine block right part 5A. Connect the 2 parts with 3 EM screws as shown in the picture. Well, if I can open my baggie here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Wait a tick.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. What's going on here? Something doesn't add up. Just a minute. Time out. This ain't quite right.
Almost there. There you go. Okay. Now this goes here like this. Now these 3 screws go here like this. 1, 2, number 3. All right, bam! Freaking engine block, dude. Okay, next up, we got to get the oil pan and an EM screw. Just screw on like so. So cool. All right, last, complete the stage. Gently push the engine logo F5F into engine cover 5E. Refer to image to correct position of Nissan Skyline GTR script over the engine. Well, wide body, the front of the motor is to the left, and GTR is to the left. Bam, valve cover on. Sick. Well, we got a grill, engine block, 1 wheel, and a hood. And that is the end of number 5. I think that's a good stopping point. We have leftover screws here. I will put everything into this tray. I will put that in there. And I don't know, should I leave out these parts? I think so. I'm gonna leave this parts out on my little workbench over here, which is basically my freaking kitchen bar. There's my actual bar. But I'll leave everything out on the kitchen bar, so when friends and family come over, they'll be like, whoa, look how sick the models come in, and just hold it like that. Till next episode, which will be one of these other boxes. Look at this freaking rotor. Huh? Stop tech? Hell yeah. Oh, buddy. We got a freaking dashboard. Freaking sick. All right, that's today's episode. I hope you liked that. Like, comment, subscribe. Link description below where you can go to Fanhome and check out your cool stuff. That's just for their cars. They also got freaking a 3-foot Iron Man. They got all the freaking gauntlet. They got all kinds of cool stuff. So check them out. Marvel, DC, cars, that, Universal, everything else in between. All right. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.